on Pango.
Okay, we're seeing
Totally
something
mix it
different.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do flex this Pango both on crit and on Ice. But perhaps they still want to pick up the Tusk in the second pick if they get the chance.
For sure, they definitely could. Phoenix already is a nice support to have against Tusk because you're able to get away from him in the early game. But Invictus Gaming, okay, they go with the Lion, and I wouldn't mind the Tusk now if I was Evil Geniuses. I've seen this matchup many times. Most recently, it was the Secret game. It didn't work out for them, but their whole draft was a little bit too EU.
Sorry.
We'll see this time around.
Kind of funny.
We got to make the jokes while we can.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I mean, it burns me the most here. So I guess Shiver as well, obviously. But,
but it's at the same time, it's good for the scene. It's refreshing. I love that our top 8 had all 6 different regions in it.
Yep.
And credit to the Chinese region, they had 3 teams, of course, in there. And I mean, they're the strongest region, and it's just hands down. They have also just have a really good infrastructure to promote the games, and I think
the
that
academy
helps
teams.
a ton. Yeah, academy teams, all the leagues going on. It's impressive.
And great at kind of developing the young players with those academy teams. Like you see IG, it's not just let's pick you play with the same veterans and maybe put a young player in. It's mostly younger, newer roster of players. But
yeah, and then with the veteran coach, for example. In this case, we have lowercase super.
In this case, we have a Storm Spirit once again. They're not straying away from that road.
They'll do 5 games of it. I'm telling you. I mean, you see these supports, and I'm sure I was just like, yeah, I'll eat these supports alive. That's what he did in game 1. So
for sure, Lion still. I'm saying that it can be problematic for the Storm Spirit throughout the game. We haven't seen it pan out that way, but I have seen it in general in other in other series in which Lion or Shadow Shaman catch that Storm every time he tries to zip, to creep skip or whatever. Now, what my thoughts are, obviously the Juggernaut versus the Egg. What about Bloodseeker? Will Evil Geniuses let that go through to Fly or not? Because they do have the Pango already, and there is no chance for IG to counter it from a support position like Grimstroke, let's say.
Would you consider Fly someone who would be willing to pull out the Bloodseeker?
Oh, for sure, 100%. He's one of those carry players that can also be put in the side position. Meanwhile, Emo takes over and becomes the true win condition from a Morphling or something similar.
They played Bloodseeker in the series that they played against EG earlier on in the tournament. Actually, that one didn't go the way they wanted it to. But it does prove that they're comfortable with it, for sure.
One Void Spirit banned out by Evil Geniuses, securing, well, not necessarily securing the Storm, just banning out. Maybe the Squab ban is a bigger issue for the Storm Spirit than the Void Spirit team.
They ban that every single game. I think they pick Storm.
Yep. And that's every game.
Sure. So what lanes well against Storm Spirit? If we're going to focus on the Emo versus Abed lane, what do we want to see against that Storm?
I mean, we've seen Death Prophet, I think, being one of the better mids against it, but it doesn't seem like a perhaps emo hero. It's not as flashy kind of carry the game. But I mean, honestly, I've seen Death Prophets kind of carry the game in their own way. But
for sure, but it's all about moving from one objective to another and playing around your team, not necessarily being the star performer that's able to question mark afterwards after some good plays. Alchemist banned out by Invictus Gaming, and for me, Storm just feels like in a really good place in which you don't have to protect him with way too many bans. I at least haven't seen heroes just dominate that lane too hard.
Especially not with position 4s coming by every time. It feels like normally that period is the first where Storm would struggle. But if your position 4 can help you through it, you're good.
Well, and particularly against these teams who are doing the line shaman supports, they don't rotate mid.
Yeah,
and I think that's where EG's run through this bracket. The team they played, LGD, IG, the mostly Chinese DPC teams, they do run those ranged 4 positions that they're not the non-roamers. So
they don't
play against a crit who's on Earth Spirit camping mid.
And then they don't give IG the chance to pick up the Death Prophet.
Yeah.
They pick DP themselves, but also this DP and Pangolier may still keep you thinking which lane they're going, how are they going to lane. Pango can be 4, Death Prophet can be 3, Death Prophet can be 5.
Yeah, I think they've run it mostly on 5, but I want to say there's been one Ice game maybe on it.
Not in the
Not here,
DPC,
okay.
or rather
Not
not
the
in the
major.
major. Yeah.
Yep.
So
And
we're
usually
expecting
that-
it to fly.
Yeah, usually that third pick is where they pick flies here as well because they feel like, okay, let's just pick out 5, not reveal too much. So perhaps leaving the Pengu more flexible. But
Yeah, when you think about position 4s that are still able for EG, that task is still in the pool if they wanted to snatch that away.
as is
And
the Mirana,
if they wanted to
Yeah.
pick
I
the
like-
Penguin off lane.
I like the Mirana a lot too. Like you're playing into the Phoenix, it lanes well with the Pengo.
For sure.
A little bit greedier, but it seemed to suit EG going back to that game 1 draft.
And Invictus Gaming, they've already shown 2 supports, so it's going to be an Ember Spirit.
Okay.
Just a spirit,
Just
right?
yeah,
Any spirit against the Storm Spirit will be okay.
yeah. Your lane maybe not going to be the best, but you've got to have a way to not let Abed just have this free reign over team fights because there's no control for him.
I feel like it's a skill-based matchup in which still Storm Spirit is the big brother that takes over eventually. If he goes for aggressive builds like an Orchid early on, he can still hunt you across the map, and it becomes a little bit harder. But still, it's a it's a spirit on spirit, like Parker said. It's really down to the player.
And I think another good adjustment we're seeing from IG is they're not over prioritizing picking JT's hero too early. They realize they're going to get something for JT. He's going to have a game, but you've got to make sure you get those key supports and the heroes for Emo.
Yeah, we still have Mars and Timbersaw in the pool. Could also go the way of EG, by the way. There's still that potential as well.
Because EG hasn't banned any, right? Like
No.
they banned what 0 offlane heroes so
Yeah,
far.
the only one is of course the Beastmaster that IG banned at the start.
If you pick, let's say, a Timbersaw on IG, it's fine, but that Prophet has a lot of damage against you. If it's a core Storm Spirit as well, is a bit problematic, so might not be the best option. But JT is a phenomenal Timber player, so it could work. The Mars perhaps a better option
Yeah.
that you mentioned earlier.
Do you want to see the Underlord from him again? Still in the pool, of course.
I think that's matchup dependent. So maybe depending what EG pick here, if they pick a carry where the Underlord matches up well, or an offlane. I mean, last game against Lycan, like if they pick Lycan again, 100% pick Underlord.
Yeah, they picked it versus the Lycan, but also it did do quite well versus the Spirit, versus Storm
Yeah.
in particular. Yeah.
The Atos, the Roots, the Pit of Malice.
Oh.
We
Okay.
talk about this hero a lot,
All right.
and we see it banned against
Yeah.
EG, but this will be the first time that they actually get to play it.
Yeah, first
This
time.
major.
Yeah, first time on the major that I'm seeing it. So looking forward to watching the position 5 enchanters. This should mean that Prophet is offlane and Pangolier is 4, right? Because I don't think Rit will play that Prophet. I haven't even seen position 4 that Prophet this tournament. So, yeah. What are the positives? You have a very strong lane. You're strong versus the Ember Spirit with the enchant. Besides that, like I don't feel the enchanters in the meta. It's only Secret and EG that are rolling it. Liquid, but yeah.
Ooh, the Troll for the first time, I think, not banned in the second phase, makes it through. And will be on the side of Invictus Gaming. Are we okay with this? I know that there was a little bit of a too greedy draft in the first game of this best of 5, and it's edging that way, depending on their last pick.
From who do you think? From IG?
From IG?
The draft looks very solid.
Yeah.
I think they have what it takes, and they just need a solid offlaner with some stuns that can protect the egg and bring that teamfight potential. They have Skirmish from the Ember Spirit. Troll is a good carry to rely on. In the current meta, there goes the Mars, so we won't see that. And they banned out the Razor to protect the Troll Warlord as well.
Yeah, I feel like we'll have to see where EG go if they try and go back to that more farming style. I think typically when they pick the Enchantress, it's because they are going for that greedier carry pick. They could try pull out something like the Arteezy Terrorblade.
Oh, yeah.
A hero I thought we'd see more of because there was so much Terrorblade during the group stage and was doing so well. I'm like, well, that's signature Arteezy hero, but EG.
We could see it. I don't mind the Ember too much into the Terrorblade. Like you get that.
Yeah.
You can itemize properly against him. It's still decent versus the Troll. Troll used to be pretty good against TB. I think it's a little bit easier to play it this time around, and Monkey King banned out by IG.
Surprise my monkey.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
like
by the way, this hero
Still in the pool.
usually
as well.
the pool.
first pick, first ban
Yeah.
in many games.
How do you feel about the monkey on EG? Is that something Arteezy plays? I haven't seen it too many times.
I think Arteezy plays every character.
I'm sure he can. It's one of those things where I imagine he's played in pubs and stuff, but it's never been a go-to hero of his. Or, usually I think EG in the past have even run at mid, if anything. But
so go-to heroes would be Wraith King, Terrorblade, right? These types.
For Arteezy, yeah. Ursa even.
Please tell me this is not an Alchemist game.
It's banned, unfortunately, for EG. It would have been. They love Enchantress Alchemist.
Sorry, I missed that for a second.
And the
it might have been a Bloodseeker game for EG, so it gets taken away by IG.
And we talked about the Bloodseeker early on. After the first bans, we talked about the Bloodseeker being a potential ban or a pickup for IG, and they get it. They get it for free, and they get it on JT on offlane. And it's also a hero that loves buying that Atos from the offlane, which can be a little bit problematic for the Storm and Rupture versus the Pango.
A lot of carries you're thinking like, I don't really want to play into Rupture. Like we sold PA, like you can't really blink around, maneuver around fights, because I feel like this would be like often like, Arteezy may just be like, yeah, it's a good PA game, but then this Bloodseeker comes out and you're maybe second guessing that a bit.
Emo Ember Spirit looks pretty damn solid so far in the game. Let's see, Evil Genius is off.
The PA?
Okay. I'll give it a go. I like this. It is that kind of laning carry.
I've seen this story before. I've seen Bloodseeker into the PA. It didn't work out.
That was EG against. Was it against IG maybe, or I think it was against LGD. Ame's PA.
I got some pensive thoughts or faces next to me here.
I don't know. I actually feel like Invictus Gaming is becoming better and better with their drafts. I like what they have shown in the second game. I like this draft too. I feel like EG still is playing a little bit better. Just if they fix their mistakes from the last game, they will take game 4. But
will they?
I'll go with IG. I'll spice things up a little bit. We have our NA bias here. He's gonna go with NA anyway.
Last game I jumped ship.
You're right, actually. Yeah.
I saw the writing on the wall. EG, pulling out one of their famous EG throws, but that just happens once. That happens once. EG no more. I think EG are taking game 4. I like their drafts, the adjustments they made.
What's the website again?
When did EG last throw.com?
Throw last.
Throw last. Yeah.
Will they be able to throw this game? This looks like a little bit more of a game that it's less likely for them to make mistakes, or if they do, it's easier for them to recover from mistakes. But don't take my word for it. I'm also curious to hear what Lacoste and ODPixel think about this one.
What do we think?
What do you think? I don't want to put words in your mouth, Lacoste.
All right, not this time. No. I'm thinking, Pangolier has a counter. I think EG also spent probably like 20% of their time between the games to think about the draft, 80% of the time how to counter that question mark, because it's a mental warfare out there.
Oh, it really is. I just saw everybody tipping Abed on the side of IG. Sorry, guys, you're missing all of that. Owen, what are your thoughts for this game?
I'm just very excited to see it. I'm very happy that we're getting to see an Arteezy PA. I think this is going to be one of those carry heroes that either just is explosive, pops off, and carries the whole game on his back, or he's going to look very underwhelming. So a lot of focus on whether Arteezy's going to have an amazing game, or if maybe that question mark is going to tilt him off his sort of game.
All right, I can't wait to find out how this one's going to play out. ODPixel and Lacoste, take it away.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, getting ourselves ready for this 4th game now. 2-1 at the moment. EG still with the advantage here in this best of 5. And Lacoste, I've got to ask, if you're getting question marked, are you playing better the next game, or does it get to you?
There needs to be some kind of response. You need to have a strat prepared for this, because you cannot let this not be punished. Like, you need to punish the question mark in the old chat. You need to start tipping. Like, if Emo gets killed, I expect all 5 tips, just straight going on to him.
Now, let's see what sort of game Emo can have. We saw last time Emo had a really good start, had a tough mid-game where a few over-aggressive moves did hurt him. And then obviously was able to pick it back up in the late game with that level 25 Void Spirit. So eyes on him. And overall, what sort of jumps out to you as being necessarily strong, weak from both these drafts?
IG, they have like a good laning stage. Troll, pretty much he always finds a farm, goes back to jungle, farms that Battle Fury. Emo on Ember Spirit has been really impressive. Like, whenever you have Ember Spirit, you need to have something that deals the tower damage, JT on the bottom lane, on a Bloodseeker. We've seen what Bloodseeker can do, either to position 4 Pangolier or to position 1 Phantom Assassin. Like, it just kind of cripples your Arteezy. Played the exact same matchup. I believe it was the first game. And like, you can't blink. Like, you blink, you take the damage, it's gonna be hard. Also, JT should have a relatively good time on the bottom lane. Playing into Phantom Assassin, there isn't just not enough damage to threaten a kill. I would say on a Bloodseeker, he has 6 armor, starting with the Magic Stick. One thing they need to do is block the big camp. Just Kaka needs to body block the big camp, and so Fly can't get the big creep.
Ollie nearly gets taken out there, just has to put the fire. And the salve here is crit. And ISO get aggressive onto him. Spot him, yeah, these blood rights. Fly's got to be careful. Kaka, especially when they hit level 2, they're going to have good setup to hold either Fly or Arteezy in the blood right.
Yeah, that's what you want to have. Whenever the Bloodseeker is picked, you want to have some kind of slow, some kind of stun to pair it up with the blood right, keep them inside.
We'll see how things are going in the mid lane. Pretty even so far in the early levels. Now Arbed seems very comfortable now into the Storm with the amount of games that we've seen them go for it in the draft.
He's just heating
finals.
up. No, these were just practices, and this is the game that matters. Oh, Bloodseeker.
Gonna put the stick charges. Arteezy turns his attention over towards Kaka. The blood right's down. Arteezy's got to back up, but the Hex is going to catch Arteezy inside of the blood right. JT and Kaka, they're going to dive to finish off the kill. They'll get it. First blood for IG as they take down Arteezy. Stuns back up from Kaka, who look to Fly. Nearly getting both of them. There's Fly. Down to the last couple of tangos. Does have a salve coming out. But smart moves there from IG as they bait Arteezy in.
Bloodseeker is so tanky, like you could see him holding on to the Fairy Fire, comes back in, Magic Stick, gets some heal from the Thirst. It's a lot of damage, you know, because there was a fight going on, they could not block the camp, so Fly will take over the big creep. Now they need to be careful. Having Hellbear Smasher with that clap, it's a lot of damage. It's a 150 damage.
See Mate Crit coming in for that extra bit of damage onto Emo. Emo's got the Fairy Fire. But can he get one more hit in? He can't. Emo's going to be fine. Still has 2 tangos to keep himself in the lane.
Okay, here we come.
What did you learn?
Tips, a bit of a voice lines used. This is a standard crit move from position 4 whenever he has any kind of slow, any kind of stun. He hides and then TPs to the mid lane, leaves some solo XP to Ice Ice Ice.
I mean, yeah, sure, gives it the opportunity for solo XP. Is he actually going to live here, Ice Ice Ice? Not quite. Fly, just enough damage there to take him out.
Yeah, that Orb of Venom actually making a difference, you know, just holding him a bit closer to them so they can deal the damage.
No.
As we see in mid, Arbe getting bullied back a little bit, does have a salve. And again, multiple mangoes and clarities coming out to keep him in the lane. That 4-minute power rune is going to be incredibly important here between these 2 spirits. See what sort of moves are made to secure that for each side's mid. This bottom lane, despite that kill and the pressure being put onto Arteezy, his farm still looking solid. 16-5 against the 13-4 of JT. Just going to look to try and chase down Kaka here.
They're making a move on Lion, already used pretty much everything they had. Blood right.
He's going to try and turn it, set up for the blood right, but he's going to go down. As EG get the kill, JT won't be able to finish off Fly.
This was an easy one. Kaka just kind of handles this kill to them. Runes, Emo bottled a DD. Abed needs to be a bit more careful with that double damage on the Ember Spirit. Like also rotation from Lion could possibly come onto the mid lane.
Prepare for a lesson.
See up top, Ice Ice Ice, as he grabs the creep wave, also able to get Fly's courier there as it returns. See Fly try for maybe another move down bottom with the Centaur. Starting to beat down onto JT. JT turning with the blood right. Fly will still be caught in it. See if they can continue to commit on to JT.
A lot of flow, 100 move speed.
Good control here with the stun of the Centaur, but the stick charges are up and a TP's coming in as well. Arteezy's got to be careful. Emo making the moves over, and he has that DD rune ready to go, holding him in the blood right. Arteezy trying to run. Is he going to be able to jump out in time? He is. Over to the safety of Fly.
JT.
IG, they'll continue to run him down. They will manage to take his courier, so that's the one gone for a minute. Emo, is he going to have another catch? He's still closing in on Arteezy, chasing him away from the lane. Arteezy needs help, and
he wants to blink out once again. 2 blinks. He lost a lot of CS, but so did JT, but JT realizes, you know, I'm not going to chase. I do not have boots of speed. Instead, I'll come back to the lane and get some extra levels. Also, I want to see another point in a blood right. He went for 2 points in Thirst. it got nerfed. You know, this spell was so OP mid lane.
They're going in onto Arbed. CP coming in. Arbed, he may just be able to turn and take down Oli. Pops the Fairy Fire, but Emo's chasing him down, burning him. It's not enough, though. Arbed will live, and now Emo underneath the tower. Fly's going to be able to turn and pressure Emo. Emo's got the bottle charges, salving up as well.
He's out of mana, does not have enough for a spear. Oh, that was so close. Like, if that connects, he's just straight up dead. The slow from Orb of Venom damage might just be enough. Top rune, haste. Emo, his bottle will get refilled.
Won't be able to grab that haste, though. Zarbed. He's going to have that. Play is definitely possible to me being made. As for now, okay, looks like he's going to use that boosted movement speed to get around some jungle camps. Maybe look to just head back to base, get that reset, and look for some sort of TP gang, because it's level 6 has been hit. Arbed can look to make an impact on the side lanes if he sees an opportunity.
Fly is very low on the top lane, needs 1 CS to be level 6. Let's see where he decides to... Top is being pinged out. Move on a mid. He just uses Remnant, gets back to safety. Arteezy not getting too much out of the bottom lane.
Did not spend quite a bit of time moving away after Emo came in and chased him away from this. So Arteezy having a bit of a slower start because of this pressure from IG, and now IG getting some damage done to the tower. Arteezy still left on his own on this bottom, as we see Fly has to TP over towards the mid, get the bottle refill for Arbed. Top lane Crit continuing to play into the faces of Oli and Fly.
And now they smoke. They need to help Arteezy. Yeah. He's level 5, 7 minutes in, doesn't have too much CS. Like, Dead Prophet has more CS than Arteezy right now, which is kind of worrying, so they need to gank his lane.
Let's see if Arbed can get the jump in. It's Kaka. He's going to start things with the stun onto Arteezy, but IG, they are relatively aware of this. They'll try and lead in, but the Hex and the Bloodbright laid down will stop them from being able to close the gap onto JT. In fact, this might stop them from getting Kaka now. Arbed's going to look to dive. He's able to dodge the stun, gets in on top of him. They'll be able to free up the space for Arteezy on this bottom lane a little bit more now.
Even though there was a good Hex into silence, they still get the kill on position 5. They wanted to kill Bloodseeker there because he is, you know, he's more farmed than Arteezy at this point. Like, he has 14 denies, 32 CS.
Emo. Gonna see the jump from Arbed and Fly. Quick random back to the mid, but Crit's around, and he's picked up the Arcane Rune. Emo up to the high ground, and a TP coming in from Kaka to stop EG from diving with the 3 of them.
Seems like the story of this major for the mid laners is refill the bottle. Like, whoever can die, whoever can go to base, just please refill my bottle so I can keep playing aggressively.
Wow. And in Secret's case, it's oops, I shouldn't have picked up that bottle. A lot of bottle shenanigans around the mid lane have occurred this tournament.
Yeah, no one lost their bottle in this game. That's what's important. Dead Prophet is level 6, so they can start putting some pressure on the top tower, because Troll does not want to be in the lane anymore. No. Someone else needs to be there. I'm not sure if they can defend. Like, one thing they can do is possibly rotate another hero to the bottom and just outnumber them in pressure. And that's exactly what the Fly does. Like, he wants to get a trade from it.
On top lane, space is there for Ice to commit with the Ghost. This tier 1 will be taken down by EG. No defense from IG as they look to just try and find space to get the farm going for Fly.
So it will be a trade. Bottom tower dropping very low. They know no one is there. Defending, JT going for a Road of Aetas, which I really like, against the Phantom Assassin, against the Storm Spirit, and good setup for Bloodbright.
Getting a little bit baited here as Karka's able to step up and turn things with the Hex and the stun. They lock down Arbed. As Arbed, a very aggressive move there as he starts to punch into Emo, but Emo's got backup.
Emo also needs to be careful about using those tips straight away. You need to save some for the mid and late game.
Tip management, a very, very important level of resource management in Dota 2. Especially in games like this where quite a bit's on the line, major grand finals. You've got to make sure you're ready to hit your enemy when it hurts.
I'm looking at the chat right now, a lot of question marks. Seems like they're not, chat does not know what we're talking about. Like, we need to explain things.
It's a very confusing game, Dota 2, so I think it's the natural response from the viewers.
They're like, what is this? What's happening? Like, everything needs to be explained. No one knows anything. 2021, what a year to be in.
It's big Crit. He's going to roll. He's going to TP, but the blood, ooh, he has to stop it. He has to stop it to stop the
bleeding.
bleeding.
You just die. Like, if you try to TP out at these early levels when you're not tanky enough, you just straight up die.
Zemo making some good space to push in on the mid here with JT. Going for that Rod of Atos first. Ollie, level 5. I want to try and find this Phoenix 6 as soon as they can. Bottom Fly getting some good space. He's got the Ring of Health coming out. So Perseverance done. On the way to the Battle Fury and still sitting at that top spot on the net worth. RTZ also making steps towards his. Picked up the broadsword.
Yeah, you want to get, as a Phantom Assassin, if you did not pick up Ring of Health in the laning stage, you really don't need it for the jungle pretty much. Especially if you find something like a Royal Jelly, then you have enough regeneration. So just get more damage, you're going to get more farm because of the damage. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you can see here, you know, Emo does not want to use his tip there, so Kaka steps in like a real bro.
Got to keep their tips spread nice and evenly. And there's no telling how long this game could go. And with both teams having a Battle Fury carry, this could step up to be one of the longer ones. Zemo coming in very aggressively here. Arbet's going to be able to set things up. The silence from Ice not quite there in time, as Emo's able to just escape.
If they connect with that silence, roll, and another roll bounce, I think they have enough damage to bring him down. They also have enchant, so they can dispel his flame guard, which is a pretty big deal.
It's Kaka and JT. They're out on the hunt with this smoke, seeing if they can maybe find Arteezy. Crit again, just trying to get in position to put a stop to these sort of moves, but it's a good long wraparound from IG.
And look what Kaka is doing. He's saving the tome, just does not want to use it to show on the board. You know, maybe they use the tome. He's still level 5, so he does not want to show that he can, you know, have that finger in a team fight.
Mid lane, they're going to be able to get the setup on a fly, caught in the blood right fly. He's healing up. At IG, they'll chase him down and take out the Enchantress, and with that, they'll have the space to push down this tier 1.
And now, because he got that XP, Kaka hands over Book to Phoenix, who kind of needs a bit more XP. They're stacking the books. This is what I've noticed throughout this series. Like, Phoenix will not use this book. He'll try to get level 6 and give it to someone else if it's needed.
Yeah, it's sort of just being used as,
like
an emergency.
Yeah, exactly. IG's library, pretty much. But you need to return the book. Otherwise, the police gonna get you.
Yeah, the fine's gonna be heavy. Battle Fury progress, Fly, a sword away. Over to Arteezy. He got enough to pick up his Claymore. So very close still between the two of them. A little bit of a lead for Fly. Smoke up from EG. I want to get aggressive with the Rolling Thunder and the lead in from Arbed. They've got good ways to start the fights. JT is pushing out on this bottom lane alone. So if they can punish this as JT. They're stuck around a little too long, as here we have it. The lead in from Arbed sets up a crit to perfectly get the Rolling Thunder. And there'll be no chance for a turnaround from JT as the smoke pays off.
They're going to delay that Rod of Atos, which is going to be a pretty big deal. Great setup for the Blood Right once again. Ice. A bit of a more like team fight oriented build. These are like 2 points in silence, 2 points in Cribs form. But he's still keeping at the top 3 networks, which is pretty impressive. Yeah,
this extended silence is going to be ever so more effective against Emo as well. When you see the Javelin, you know that if he's not going to have a straight-up Yule's Rush. You're going to have that extra window where there won't be any counterplay to the side piece. Yeah. Down bottom, Fly. He's going to find an Arbed that's got no mana. As Arbed, with no chance of an escape, Fly's just able to pop the ult and take him down.
No tips whatsoever, so they're just keeping it. You know, they feel maybe Abed's gonna die multiple times, and this is gonna get the Troll Warlord to his Battle Fury. A bit of a delayed Battle Fury, but, you know, it's an Orb of Venom, Magic Wand, Phase Boots, Battle Fury 15 minutes in, it's still fine. Phantom Assassin just needs another 800 gold to finish off hers.
And we're going to see no messing around from Emo and his build. After the Maelstrom, going straight into the BKB. Making sure that he won't have to deal with the threat of the Orchid of Arbed, the silence of Ice.
Yeah, BKB is just a much safer choice, where like you don't care about pretty much any of the abilities other than the Exorcism.
Meanwhile, Abed, he's got to be careful, because with the Rod of Atos done on JT, IG have some pretty phenomenal setup.
Yeah. And once you get a BKB on Ember Spirit, your Flame Guard cannot be purged off by Enchantress. Smoke from IG.
It's been scanned out, though. EG, no little moves being made upon them. Got to be careful how they stand around this position with no tier 1 tower backing them up. As Ice still stepping over into this. They're going to be able to find the setup. Fingers getting dropped down into the blood right. They're looking to burst through him. He's pretty tanky, but not tanky enough to withstand the damage from all these ornaments. Crit being ruptured, also has no escape. As IG, despite the fact that EG scan it out, they knew something was coming, they weren't able to react or get away in time, as they still lose too.
Like, they tried to pull themselves a bit more towards the north. They thought that Prophet can potentially, you know, tank all that damage. She's super tanky. Like, look at all these small items on Ice's Ice. Power Treads and Strength, Wand, Casual Urn, Casual Medallion. Like, he does not have enough items for everything. Like, just wants to use the Raindrop, put the Cloak in, going in for a BKB.
Ema, what is his damage here? Abed, he's got to run. He's going to chase him with a Remnant, see if Emo's got enough mana. He hasn't got another Remnant to play with, so Abed will manage to get out, but a lot of damage being done there. I think Emo pretty much got 2 back-to-back Maelstrom procs off on him.
A bit of a different game for Abed. Like, they managed to shut him down in Game 3. Also in Game 4, he's not having that good of a time. It's going to be like 17, 18-minute Orchid.
It definitely seems as the games go on in this series, with the amount of times they've had to play against Abed Storm, each and every time IG getting a little better at dealing with it.
And it's a huge difference when you're carry, who's like, when you compare 2 Battle Fury carries, like ones get Battle Fury, let's say 2 minutes before, like his items just skyrocket.
Yeah, Flight, 1.5k ahead of Arteezy right now. And arguably, it's a little easier for Fly to fight as this time as a troll compared to what Arteezy's going to need on the PA before he can really turn up and be confident that IG aren't going to just handle him completely.
Another smoke from IG, no scan this time around for EG. Orchid is done. Dire, now they connect with the scan.
Ice has got to be careful here.
So EG should know something is up. You see this kind of a scan, no one showing on the lane, you pretty much know they're smoked.
IG, they could look to Roche with Troll. Especially if they catch a kill off this is Kaka. He's got the opening onto Arteezy. Arteezy needs help, and he needs it now. They're going to have the magical damage holding him in the blood right. Abed zips over for the side. Arteezy getting low. He's backing away. Arteezy will remain alive for now, but over to the side. Flies on top of Ice. With the supernova going off, Ice will fall.
Ice giving away his life for Arteezy. Uses a nice silence. Silences the Bloodseeker, so he can't use Rupture on him. And as you said, like, they're going inside the pit. They have enough damage coming up from the Troll, but they need to be a bit more careful. That Prophet will be out, no Exorcism whatsoever. Let's see if Abed Storm wants to jump in. Silence online. Artillery has a blade.
Abed, he's coming in very close. They're going to turn. They've got the chains for Brute setting up onto Abed. Abed hexed up. The finger comes out. Abed's gone. The dagger from Arteezy will bring down Kaka. So it's a 1-for-1. But IG still with the strength to push back EG away from the pit.
Rolling Thunder is available.
Can they go for any sort of steal? Crit. He's going to try and start something off.
Good Rolling Thunder.
He's going to get a perfect angle here onto the 3 of them. Arteezy's jumping in as well. They'll bring the troll down low. They'll take down Fly for the Rolling Thunder. Bounces over to Emo. Emo pops to the side. Fish jumps out. But
Arteezy gets it.
Arteezy's able to pick up the Aegis. JT's got to run, but he can't. As Fly will take him down. EG with a perfect fight around the pit as Crit gets the exact time to jump.
Man, he just got to that Rolling Thunder off cooldown, goes in. Like, it does not get better than this. He goes in, gets the multiple, bounces off the walls. Arteezy goes in, gets the last hit. Who got the Roche kill?
It was EG as well.
Yeah, it was EG.
EG got it all. They get the kill, they get the Aegis, and the timing there from Crit couldn't be more perfect, as IG were trying to finish it off, trying to commit, but the Rolling Thunder just creating a huge problem for them in this area, as they have nothing item-wise to deal with that. They have to
there
run.
are no BKBs yet, so I believe Bloodseeker needs to use that Rupture on him in the team fights. We've seen what he can do. Enchantress getting caught should be an easy one.
Actually having to use Rupture to guarantee it there. As now with the Aegis on Arteezy, he's going to be at the point where 500 gold, Desolator's going to be done on top of the Battle Fury, and usually in this sort of a game with that amount of disable, you know, you're probably going to look to try and farm out the BKB, but now because he's got the Aegis, EG could look to get aggressive already with just the Deso and the Battle Fury.
Yeah, you can skip. You can afford to skip the BKB here. If he does not have Aegis bottom lane, Storm just going to zip out. JT not fast enough to use the Road of Atos.
Next fight could be very scary for IG. Aegis Deso coming out on Arteezy. Regeneration Rune actually will already be popped. We won't see that being saved for the fight. It may have just been timing out. Anyway, the EG, they're looking to go. They're smoking up, they're heading over. As the outpost, of course, still in their control, so Arteezy can TP over to get involved if he's needed. He might not be, as they'll get a very quick and easy kill onto Ollie. Over into the trees, they're looking for JT, they found him. As Arbed enough mana to close the gap, crits in with a follow-up. EG, they'll catch and kill the two of them.
Yeah, they're gonna give this kill to Storm Spirit. Rupture used. Once he respawns, he will have another Rupture, so it's all good. Just tries to make something happen, gives them a charge on a magic wand. That's the bad side of it. So Deso done on Phantom Assassin, and now they can start playing aggressively. They still have 2.5 minutes on that Aegis. Phantom Assassin just, oh, and the double damage, because why not?
Oh boy.
Level 15 on top of that as well, so Blink, cast range, Phantom Strike.
Here come the crits. They better, you gotta watch out. A stray dagger here from Arteezy could just take your head off. IG better hide, but IG's coming up. Fly and Emo stepping forward. Arteezy remaining hidden in the shadows. We're having a TP over towards the mid lane. JT.
He's spoken. Like, if he gets the crit, he's probably gonna try to jump, fly, gets the last hit on the tower. Just too much damage coming up from Arteezy. Definitely did not expect that.
And with that play around the pit, Arteezy very much closing the gap between himself and Fly's Troll.
Scan. They know where EG is. EG likes to hold the high ground, especially when they have another hero that can like control the vision, like a Lycan or a Beastmaster. Arteezy still trying to see what he can do with a dagger. You know, check how much damage when he uses a crit. Emo a bit too tanky to just get bursted down immediately, but the supports are very vulnerable.
Arteezy still hunting for a target. Fly underneath the ward top. They know that the rest of IG did start to back off towards the base, so these two, separate from the rest of the team.
Good reaction time from Kaka. Jumps away from a Blink dagger, from a, dagger from Phantom Assassin. Oh, look at the armor on Bloodseeker. He has 34 armor when he's sitting next to tier 2 tower, has a Dragon Scale, has armor talent, phase boots, and this hero just has a lot of starting armor to work with. They're waiting for 2 BKBs. One on Emo, which is done. One on Troll, which will be done in the next 30 seconds. Aegis will run out in 20.
Crit. He's going to look to roll in there, but get the jump straight around to the Phoenix to make sure there's no supernova. Ollie goes down. Crit. Over towards the Bloodseeker. Arteezy closing the gap. They're trying to get the Bloodseeker out of this as Emo commits with the BKB. But the crit's coming out from Arteezy. Emo's got to be careful.
Crit's
He's trying
still
to beat
alive.
that crit, but Crit's going to live. A big zip from Arbed comes flying across the map. Over towards JT. He's going to look towards Emo's while the BKB wears off. Emo has to jump back.
Finger.
Start the finger. They burst down Arbed. Arbed to fall. The change. Controlling Arteezy. Kaka jumping in as well. The ghost around from Ice Ice.
Aegis is gone.
Trapping him underneath the tower. Ice 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 trying to keep himself alive with the Cyphers, but the damage is too much as Ice 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 will fall. Flies out with the TP crit, and Arteezy, they'll also be able to get away. As IG, they do buy back there. JT buying back to get back in the fight will allow them to push back the rest of EG.
Fly keeping Crit alive with the Glimmer Cape and the 4 points in Nature's Attendance. They don't get the kill. He stops the Rolling Thunder immediately. They also needed to use the buyback there on a Bloodseeker. Abed needs to be a bit more careful, you know, how he's zipping in, controlling his mana, because the rest of the team was just not there. They were focusing the other stuff. So Arteezy, he was thinking about, you know, maybe I can get away with a Basher. BKB is a much safer choice. You know, BKB is a BKB.
He's got to build defensive. Ice Ice Ice, he's already managed to do so. BKB is going to be done on Ice 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 for the next fight. This will help him a whole lot to what has been some pretty nice turnarounds from Kaka. We're seeing these stuns and hexes causing massive problems for EG's cause when they look to try and chase on for target after target. It's bottom lane IG. onto the tier 2 tower as EG themselves not interested in turning up for this fight.
They can take the outpost right now after taking a tower, troll. Getting S and Y, just needs to finish it off. Some status resistance is going to be great against those silences, against Bangalore's Rolling Thunder. I love the way IG is itemizing. Like, even Bloodseeker is going for that BKB. Still far away from it, but the 2 cores got it.
I'll smoke up from IG. Be a good time to jump. Now, Arteezy's just still 100 gold away from the BKB. Finding the PA now would be pretty huge for them as a lineup. As IG sweeping back through their jungle. Fly's already got his hands on Fly. It's just Fly going down. EG will be happy with the Enchantress tanking that movement.
Emo's pretty big this game. Like, he's staying 3k gold ahead of the Storm Spirit. BKB done. DD in a bottle. Like, they want to take this kill. Also has a grow bow, so that's going to reduce their magic resistance with the Sleight of Fist.
See Ice there immediately spooked. As soon as the Atos connects, he BKBs, gets out of there. So, I mean, IG has the space to keep pushing on. Another tier 2 tower being taken away from EG. EG not feeling confident enough to try and charge headfirst into a fight quite yet.
A Storm Spirit without a BKB does not feel comfortable jumping the Lion. Lion has a way of protecting himself with the Ghost Scepter. A lot of pings on the mid lane.
I can't stop this. Tower's gone. EG not able to make a jump. Still very scared of IG's cause. Fly. A good level advantage and just a bit too tanky really for Arteezy to commit on.
This is a big power spike for Phantom Assassin. Hitting that level 18, the crit is 450, so that's quite a lot of damage. Has a 10-second BKB.
Crit. He's going to get in there. Over towards the river, trying to set things up onto JT.
Roll
he
up.
has been ruptured, and he is continuing to bleed out. Will get the disarm off onto Fly, but crit's down. Double damage on Emo as well as IG. They're ready to try and chase for more. Ice did pop the ghost. As Ice, he's trying to get back in there. BKB up, Fly, trying to stay on target, but they're able to climb out over the side. They find the hex on the Arteezy. They've locked him down. They've managed to get the jump. Arteezy's able to put the BKB off, but the Supernova's going to be successful. Arteezy's got to run. He can't get out of range in time. It's the Supernova from Ollie catches them all.
JT at GG in the old chat. Like, without Bangalore, they do not have enough team fight. They cannot match the Supernova, which is level 2. That double damage on Ember Spirit, dealing ton of damage. And now Fly, he feels very comfortable going for the high ground.
And they're at least going to get this middle set of racks. With no Ice, no Arteezy. They cannot defend here down the middle lane. Top lane will be very safe still with tier 1s and tier 2s still up. IG able to take the big objective and get out without EG being able to punish them at all.
It's very hard for Pangolier to play into Bloodseeker. Like, just Bloodseeker, Beastmaster, Grimstroke, these are hard counters, especially Bloodseeker. Like, you can try to buy some time. He uses a roll-up. Also, you need to have a Yule Scepter to have that 2.5 extra seconds to try to buy some time, extra duration. Other than that, like, you as a position 4 can't really, you know, itemize. You don't get that much farm to buy a Lotus Orb or the Lincoln Sphere. And I do not see anyone trying to go for the Lotus, that Prophet, trying to tank up a bit. Going for the Solar Crest. They need this Storm BKB. They need him to be able to jump the Lion, possibly follow up with the Pangolier Rolling Thunder and just delete it before he can get any spells off.
IG. No chance of going for these bounty runes here, EG. It's an arcane rune in the river. Not really one that... Okay, Arbet's going to be able to come and grab this before they make the move over IG. So I'm picking up for Arteezy. He's going to have the Paladins. Good bit of lifesteal. Keep him sustained if he can land the crits in the next fight.
Yeah, this item is just so good. You have damage, you have the lifesteal, exactly what Phantom Assassin needs. Fly on the other side. He's found Elven Tunic. more attack speed, evasion, move speed. Like, Phantom Assassin can't deal with the Troll right now, especially because he has like a Basher, so Storm also needs to be very careful. Eventually, Troll will need to buy MKB because you're playing into Phantom Assassin. It's just something that you do not like want to buy straight away, but playing into that high evasion is kind of a must-have to go for it. He's still thinking, you know, he's changing his mind. Do I need to get the Abyssal Blade? I lock down the Storm Spirit. I can lock down Pango or a Dead Prophet, or do I need to deal with the Phantom Assassin?
Kaka is going to start things straight away with the jump onto Ice. They've got the follow-up. Crit's going to come up with the counterplay. Rolling Thunder over the
Can't
side.
get the
Supernova
BKB
now.
off.
They'll bring down the line, but they can't kill the Supernova. They've got to run. Arteezy, he's trying to turn, but the Supernova Sun's going to go up, hold him in position. Arteezy can't fight this as he'll fall. 3 dead on EG. Over towards the side, they'll look to chase down Arbed, but he's got enough mana to get all the way back to the high ground. Arbed will live. But another fight where Ollie's just able to get these Supernovas off, and EG, they can't deal with them. They don't have anybody to get on top and take the egg down.
No, they don't have that hero that just goes on and kills the egg. They do not have enough attack speed. IG, they go inside the pit. They feel very confident in this game right now. Because they have the counters. They have the counters for Pangolier. They have the counters for the Phantom Assassin. The way they itemize, you have a Troll with the Skull Basher against the Storm Spirit going into Abyssal Blade. He just needs to get the recipe. This should be 2 towers. EG does not defend this.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Let's get to that point where it's going to be up to EG's high ground defense. Arbed still scrambling for that BKB. But he's had so much trouble just finishing off before each and every fight that EG have ended up in against IG.
This is a huge lead. Even though it says 9, 10, it feels like a lot more considering the situation they're in right now. And I love this. I've seen this in the Chinese DPC Season 1. Ember Spirits going for the Refresher Orb, refreshing their Fire Remnants, refreshing the BKB. They also bought a gem. Oli, he loves to buy an earlier gem. Like, they want to get rid of the vision, choke them, just reduce the amount of farm that EG can get.
And it's absolutely one of those games. Arteezy, next time, it's got to be the Rapier. Nothing else will cut it at this point. He has to dream big. But will he get the time to get it? Almost feels like they have to at least trade evenly with IG in one more team fight, because one more lost fight could lead to IG being able to close this game up.
Arteezy knows what's up. Like, the way we come back into this game, if I land some big crits, Q's up, Divine Rapier, they need a good fight. Like, they still have more than 3 minutes left of that Aegis. Full Abyssal Blade done. Fly can't get a really good jump.
Fly getting held in the Blood Riot hit. It's been glimmered. IG Emo still trying to find the catch on him. Arbed zipping in. So nothing more than the illusion, which Fly will be able to take over. And IG will back off for now.
It's always tricky to play into Lion. Like, they're not going to feel comfortable. We've seen what Shamans position 4 Lions can do. You try to go for a split push. They still have a tier 1 tower on the bottom, so they can easily connect. Someone goes for that 1 extra wave, you will get punished.
And it really does feel, once that BKB is done for Arbed, which it is now, in these fights, he has to get this Phoenix right. Every single time we're seeing EG trying to fight back and pop BKBs, a Supernova just puts a stop to the attempt completely. Someone's got to stop Ollie.
They just don't have that hero. Like, Phantom Assassin is not going to go and try to kill the egg. Like, she needs to deal with other heroes. And I love this. JT straight into Aghanim Scepter after finishing the Black King bar. Wants to have 1 charge for Pangolier, 1 charge for Phantom Assassin. Arteezy getting closer to that Divine Rapier. Needs around 4,000 gold to finish it off.
How many waves is that, would you say?
How many waves? Well, why are you putting me in this spot, Owen? Like, I need to do some, like, real math. The other day, I'm watching Titanic, and I was like, man, what was the name of that ship in Titanic?
That's a good question. Top lane. Push starting to come in from IG. Emo's got a DD rune, at least the remainder of it to keep pushing on with, and Fly still with the Aegis. Fly getting low, but he won't mind if he loses that first life. being very cautious about it. Over halfway to the Rapier. I mean, that really is all eyes at the moment on this Divine Rapier progression from Arteezy. Is he going to be able to get it before IG come in looking for the finishing blow?
Yeah, we're getting closer. Like, what they need to do is survive for another 50 seconds.
Yeah.
This is the window of opportunity for the IG to go in, use that Aegis.
Fly. Gonna get jumps on Emo. He's going to commit the BKB for this one. As Fly is healing up thanks to Nature's Attendance. And in fact, that's a BKB committed for nothing. As Emo won't get the kill. Rax falling low though. And Fly is going to be able to get back in and get the job done. It's another set of melee racks is taken away from EG.
Like, Troll is just massive right now. He's completely bonkers, getting... After he gets that MKB, like Phantom Assassin, if he sees Divine Rapier on Phantom Assassin, like, he just goes on her, no doubt about it. You know, we're still in the game.
He's getting close, and even when that Rapier's done, he's started to see the items for IG's squishier heroes come out. Eon Disc or Kaka, so no longer a target that Arteezy will be able to BKB and commit on. And IG, they just call to sort of sit back and chill. Probably just wait for the MKB on the Troll, the next chance at a Roshan.
Like, they're not in a rush,
No.
but, you know, playing against the Phantom Assassin is always a bit tricky. That Divine Rapier, you have a True Strike against the Whirling Axis.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be careful. I see Abed queuing up the Aghanim Scepter, still far away from it, but, like, one good jump, one crit could make a difference.
Talking about crit, he's showing. He comes out again. Okay, it won't with Fly appearing on the lane. Crit's going to instantly TP back to base. I'm messing around down here. Refresher up done on Emo. I mean, he's going to get the Rapier, Lacoste. He's going to get it. He's pretty much got it done. Another wave, a sold item. Rapier is going to be in the game. Is it going to be enough, though? Of course, by no means does this suddenly turn the game completely on its head.
Yeah, so did we answer your question? How many waves was that? Did you count?
Were you counting?
Yeah, I was not counting. But it took him like 4 or 5 minutes to get it. Chat knew. Chat probably knew.
Yeah. There's 3 types of people in this world, Lacoste. Those who can count and those that can't.
I thought of something else, can't say it, but yeah. Let's.
We'll save that
done.
for the after hours.
Yeah,
stream.
I'll save it for you.
Yeah, but all about the timing right now. All about time. Which remind me, Lacoste, you know I used to work in a clock factory building clocks.
You did?
Yeah, I got fired though.
Why so?
Didn't put enough hours in. Didn't go much better either when I moved over to the calendar factory.
Oh, you have to stop.
I got fired again, Lacoste. You know why?
I know.
I took a day off. Right, here we go. Jump from IG straight away down towards the bottom. They're in onto Ice. Got the BKB ready, but the finger comes out. Ice is into the trees, but Emo's on top of him. Ice has gone crit. Jump up to the high ground with the swashbuckle, but the rupture's down. Crit will fall. They've both got buybacks available. They may need to use them as IG's diving in. Arteezy. He's getting focused. He's out with the blow. Will manage to get back, and now with the zip. Arbed. But Arbed's been back. The fly Abyssal coming in onto Arbed's head. Has to use the rest of his mana to get out. Kaka jumping in. Another bash. Arbed's gone. No buyback available on Arbed.
He needs 200 gold. ISSI's bought back as well. So did Crit. Like IG, they could try to reset. They don't need to go for it. Roche may respawn if it's a fast respawn timer. The problem is, EG, they do not have any vision whatsoever on the map. This earlier gem picked up by Oli. He gave it to Ember Spirit, who was pretty much controlling everything. Spell Prism done on him. Like, Ember Spirit is just out of control.
Yes, I mean, when you play like this, you kind of get away with dropping the question marks in the previous game. 4-0-11, and now outside of the base, they've called Crit. Emo and Kaka make their jump, and that's a dieback from Crit. And they're already moving over Arteezy. He needs help, and he needs it now. He's hiding in the trees. He's going for the TP out. They've got the change. They're going to be able to put a stop to this game. BKB still on cooldown for 10 seconds. RTZ is gone. GG is called as IG will take game 4. Lacoste, we're going to a game 5.
That's what everyone wants to see. Whenever there's a grand final, there's also high chances of getting that game 5. And